Tonight, President Biden's decision to drop his bid for re-election, a stunning and abrupt end to a 5-decade-long political career. The president stepping aside under immense pressure from fellow Democrats who feared he could not repeat his performance of 4 years ago when he narrowly defeated former President Trump.
So help me God.
He had waited longer than any other commander-in-chief to achieve his lifelong ambition. Elected to the Senate at age 29 in 1973. Weeks later, a tragic car accident.
My wife and 3 children were Christmas shopping. Tractor trailer broadsided it and killed my wife and killed my daughter.
He led the controversial confirmation hearings of Clarence Thomas, featuring sexual harassment allegations from Anita Hill.
Is this what you anticipated?
This? No, not at all.
And as senator, he helped pass the landmark Violence Against Women Act. In 2008, then-candidate Barack Obama tapped him to be his running mate. Later, Vice President Biden famously caught on a hot mic, celebrating the passage of the Affordable Care Act. He also pushed President Obama to support same-sex marriage by publicly declaring his support for it first.
I am absolutely comfortable with the fact that men marrying men, women marrying women, and heterosexual men and women marrying men all are entitled to the same exact rights.
After his son Beau died of brain cancer, Joe Biden said he didn't think about running for president again in 2020 until he saw Donald Trump enter the race.
We're in a battle for the soul of this nation.
That January, he told me he had the experience to unite the country.
The next president of the United States is going to inherit a divided country and a world in disarray. And the question is, who is best prepared at this moment to be able to deal with both of those crises?
That seems like a bold statement from any politician in this environment right now to suggest that you might be able to heal the depth of divisions in this country.
We have to. Lester, if we don't, we are in deep trouble.
Later that year, we spoke at a town hall after his first debate with then-President Trump.
I'm used to bullies. I used to stutter when I was a kid. I learned how to fight.
Democrats celebrated his win over Mr. Trump. And as president, he had success overseeing the end of the pandemic and passing a historic bipartisan infrastructure law.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
But he also struggled with low approval ratings, a record number of migrants crossing the border, and soaring inflation, something I pressed him about.
You said inflation was going to be temporary. I think a lot of Americans are wondering what your definition of temporary is.
Well, you're being a wise guy with me a little bit, and I understand that's your job. But look, at the time, what happened was let's look at the reasons for the inflation. The reason for the inflation is the supply chains were cut off.
And there were public concerns the oldest president was not mentally fit for the job. Then came his disastrous debate. We spoke in the White House just last week.
Who do you listen to on deeply personal issues like the decisions whether to stay in the race or not?
Me. Look, I've been doing this a long time. The idea that I'm the old guy, I am. I'm old. But I'm only 3 years older than Trump, number one. And number two, my mental acuity's been pretty damn good.
But tonight, coming to that difficult decision to no longer try for a second term. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.